What's going on, y'all? It's another episode of Now and Next with Octavia. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for watching. If you got some friends who might like what I talk about, go ahead and share that thing. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe that thing. So if you can get the notifications when I release another episode, y'all. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Your girl went in and quit her job and put it all in God's hands. And that's just where I'm at. And I want everybody to see what God does. We're going to see what God does. I'm trusting and believing, and I have my visions, and we're going to let it do what it do. But in the meantime, y'all, I want to go ahead and jump into the restaurant of the week. Now, this is a fine dining restaurant. This isn't like a mom and pop up and coming. I'm just shouting out restaurants that I know is good. From my experience, you might like, something different, but this is what I like. So, restaurant of the day, restaurant of the week will be Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse in the Galleria. Aside from the atrocious management, the food is chef's kiss, but they're also downsizing and changing ingredients and all that, unfortunately. So what I used to eat probably might not taste as good as it used to, but I haven't been in a while. But that food was always good to me. I mean, just finger licking good. But so without further ado, y'all, we're just gonna get straight into it. I hope everybody had a great past week. I hope you've been putting yourself first. I hope you've been working on ways to stay stress free, managing depression and pressure from the society, and things of that nature, y'all. But if you know me, you've been following me on TikTok. I'm literally the walking term, free me from the matrix. A lot of people starting to say that to me. Free me from the matrix, free me from the matrix, free me from the matrix, free me from the matrix. It's bigger than the ordeal that happened. It's really, really much bigger. And I think I know one of my passions for sure. I'm not saying I think, I know my passion is to wake up people. My passion is to wake people up and to start, baby, you got to start educating yourself. You got to start educating yourself. A lot of people I heard that, so I believe that, instead of looking into the context, because we all interpret things differently. Believe it or not, we're all different. Brains were unique. We all have something different to bring to the table, y'all. And I want you just to tap in to what that looks like, all right? And what that sounds like. And does it resonate with you? Not just, wow, I'm gonna just go say that for confirmation bias purposes, which means whatever I believe, I'm just gonna keep finding stuff to confirm what I believe so I can go tell everybody it's true, when no. All right, so let's jump into the first topic of the day, y'all. All right. This one I've been passionate about for some years because it's misleading and it's lost in context. There's no understanding, and some of y'all are being pump faked out of your salvation. You're being pump faked out of your salvation, and what I mean by that, and I promise this won't just be a Bible thing. I'm just trying to wake everybody up, right? So there's this time, people, and the one thing I'm happy about, people are awakening. We are waking up. Thank you, God. It's happening. And trust me, believe it or not, the Matrix sees that, the Matrix knows that, and the Matrix is trying to pull us in even tighter. It's trying to pull us in even tighter in any and every way to keep us believing, watching, reacting to the show, which is politics. And politics is in everything. Again, education, your job, probably the way the world flows, or our country flows or works. And I think it's also pretty much a global thing. Everybody has their Illuminati or dark forces, but some of y'all are being pump faked out of your salvation. And what I mean by that is, there was a time when people started to read and wake up, and some of y'all heard Christianity was listen closely. Christianity was only used to keep slaves down, and from that, many people left Christianity, which is fine. But what a lot of those people failed to do was do their own research, read on their own. There was a lot of failures with that, because you have to use something that no one can teach you how to use. There's no book, there's no education for it, and it's called discernment, and it's a gift from God. And you got to be able to read between the lines when you're reading the Bible or any book or anything or learning anything. You have to be able to see that hidden message that is not just saying it in the bold words, it's in your mind. You got to be like, oh, So when I say you're being pump faked out of your salvation, you're being pump faked to believe like, yeah, that's right. Jesus don't exist. Jesus not real. And I'm not here to debate. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I want you to think whatever you want to think, but I'm here to influence. That's what I am here to do. So here's how I just want to help with that mindset. So when you're reading that Bible, y'all, you have to know that Bible was translated. All right. So there's this man named Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther. All right. And during that time, I can't remember verbatim. I think it was Latin. Okay. So the people couldn't speak the language that the Bible was already printed out in from the printing press, which is equivalent to today's internet. So they had the printing press at that time. So when they released the Bible, it was in one language, and people were like, hey, I can't read this. I don't know this language. So everybody was able to translate the Bible into that language. So for what the people was needing to read and learn. Right. But here's the kicker. If I'm a corrupt individual and I want all these people to do what I say, or if I'm trying to have control of human beings, I'm going to add what I want to that Bible. I'm going to take away what I want from the Bible. And then I'm going to manipulate the people to believe if you don't do what this says, then you get in trouble, punishment, killed, whatever that comes with that. So I need y'all to know that you got to go in that thing and figure it out for yourself. Everything in that Bible is not real. You have to know that some of it is, some of that is. But when it comes to manipulating and harming and corrupting, and it's sad because there's pastors out there, preachers out there going around putting this fear and energy into people still to this day because they don't know and they didn't learn in any context. It's true. I mean, and I know some people, and it's kind of like, the God I serve don't act like that. The God I serve don't believe in that. Like, what are we talking about? We don't do that. He don't treat us like that. From what I know, all we get is unconditional love from God. And guess what? It don't always feel butterflies and unicorns. When you love your child and you got to teach them something, it's not always nice. Sometimes you got to get a little whoop whoop, a little pop pop. You got to give a message to them in a firm way. But you still love them unconditionally, correct? Yeah. So it's not like, hey, if you do this, I'm going to hurt you, harm you, control you, do this. No, that's not God. And I won't live in that energy. We just can't. And like I was saying on my TikTok on one post, I can't stand people who, I can't stand people. I just can't stand this action that claim they love God from the mountaintops and try to be gospel and holier than thou and are evil to humans. I've seen it, and it's quite frightening. Now let's get into pedophilia and homosexuality, because a lot of y'all still lost. Homosexuality wasn't added to the Bible till the 1800s, 1900s. So that'll be the 19th centuries and the 20th century. Because if you study history, sexuality is very fluid. All the way from the beginning of times. It's very fluid. And it's this thing, you ever heard of human nature? It's human nature. You just flow. You go with the flow. It's the flow. You can go look that up, all parts of history. Now, real historians know that we don't know everything. We don't know everything. But those who claim they know everything and live like they know everything, those are the people you gotta run from. You have to leave room for. You have to leave. You have to leave room for thoughts and coming up with your own assumptions. Like, So, no matter what, even the little thought of everybody came from Africa. I'm one of the people that's like, I don't even know if I believe that. Nobody was here. Why would I just believe that? God just started in Africa and made everybody spread out. Now, I'm not saying that's not true. If you believe it, cool. And honestly, some beliefs just won't get you to heaven. Some believe it don't matter. whether the earth is round or flat, it don't matter. It's not going to heaven. I'll walk down this whole street and say the earth is flat every day. And guess what? People are going to get so mad. What you mad for? It's just a belief. It's my thoughts. I don't care. I'm probably just going to say, okay, and keep walking. A lot of us got to let stuff just bounce off of us. And me too. Me too. I got to work on just letting stuff bounce off. We all do. Because we all don't know everything. And unfortunately, people with the least education or least learning of knowledge has the biggest opinions, a big influence, and people blindly follow these people. And it's quite alarming that we are not discerned and have waken up. So if you're one of those people who just believe because you saw somebody say it, no. You heard somebody say it, no. Do your research. Learning is fun. You have to be a lifelong learner. Some of y'all stopped learning at 20 and now you depend on the internet to tell you every little detail of life. No, that's not how this working. So back to my pedophilia and homosexuality. This is where I'm finna come with that. Homosexuality was added, and again, added late, y'all. By this time, slavery is already happening. So yes, when we use that context, parts of Christianity and parts of that Bible absolutely was used to make them slaves obey. Absolutely, you can't tell me otherwise. But you can. But I won't be mad. Remember. But I want y'all to pay attention. Check this out. So, homosexuality, you can't do that. You're going to lie. And there's a theory that says, there's a theory that says pedophilia was actually taken out and switched with homosexuality. Now, think about your real waking life. You can go on the internet right now and close your eyes and type in, who is a pedophile? Just type that random. It's going to be pastors, preachers, ministers, the Pope's cabinet, the Pope, the Pope. I'm not praising and worshiping no man. The Pope. And they sweep it under the rug and they think that's okay, y'all. Trafficking these kids are some of the biggest blasphemy on earth. Who is advocating for that? We worried about the wrong things. And then and it's funny because when people say someone's gay or homosexual, their minds is so 3D. When you 3D, that means you're held down to the ground, earth. Your mind's so 3D, you focus on who they're loving and how they're loving. And that shows who you are if you pay attention. When some people worry about what that person's doing with another person sexually, they're 3D and they low vibrational, low frequency. You worried about the wrong thing. Let's worry about these pastors and these kids. And the pastor has so much power and the church has been having power from, again, the beginnings of time. And in our history curriculum, as we've been teaching, mind you, I don't teach anymore. Remember, I quit my job. We talk about the Pope a lot, and we give the Pope a lot of positive credit and a lot of thank you for changing and the world and helping everybody. That's an illusion. It's all an illusion. When are we gonna wake up? Ain't nobody on earth to save you, baby. There's no one here to save you. You literally have to save yourself. You have to save yourself. Like, Like, you people are really walking around listen, like, believing this stuff. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Remember, everybody behind that Bible that interprets it and gets on that microphone every Sunday has their own understanding. Everybody don't have a good interpretation. Some of that, so many people take that Bible so literal on the outside. And the thing is, they have two different faces. They take that Bible so literally. They live, and this is I say two faces. On the outside, they show the world they're perfect. And everybody knows you're not perfect. Remember, your own discernment. So if I'm living so perfect in front of people, you have to have a thought that says, what are they doing behind the scenes? I know some people that take that Bible so literally. They act like they don't do no cussing, no drinking, no nothing. But I know you. And guess what else? I can see you. Remember, I can see you. I know you, and I can see you. And I thank you, God, for that discernment every time. I've seen pastors looking at little girl. I've seen this with my eyes, but pretend to be so perfect. I've seen this many times. And I ain't talking about just like looking. I'm talking about checking these kids out. I can feel the energy too. So when I say that, watch who you keep company. And again, it's not that they're bad people. It's that they're suppressing reality so hard to pretend. Now it's bringing out the darkness. And they don't realize it. Some of them don't realize it till it's too late. Again, type on your laptop and your phone. Go to Safari, Google. Look how many pastors have been caught up with messing with little boys, little girls. Human trafficking is okay. That's fine. Let's traffic these little children and traffic these women and kids and men. The things that go on earth are darker than we can ever imagine. And some things we probably shouldn't dig too deep and know. I don't want to dig too deep and know, but I can see y'all. I can see y'all for real. So watch who's ministering to you. Watch who you letting talk to you. So lately I had to switch from TD Jakes. I was listening to TD Jakes. I'm gonna be honest. I was listening to TD Jakes and I had to leave him. I knew that, man, but that don't take away. His word was good. His word was good, but those actions and those people coming out, it resonated with me because I've been through something like that, actually. And if those people was to get up in that pulpit today and say, I'm a pastor, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out because I was only a child in first and second grade. I'm telling you, the darkness runs rampant. So watch who you listen to. And again, I'm looking at these new pastors and big church pastors. I forget the word I'm even trying to find. With the big congregations, large church, everybody know. And if you really look at some of these people, they're dark. It's like right there. I don't know. I just can't unsee it. When I look at somebody, I can see that. You should be seeing that, people. Y'all should be seeing these people's soul through their face, who they are through their face. And a lot of them hide behind doing things for others, doing stuff. And I'm not going to say that's grooming, but it's for a reason, to shut you up and get that loyalty. Be quiet. I just paid your mortgage this last month. And I bought your kids some school clothes. I took care of those needs. So now I got your loyalty, but I'm going to run my darkness. Does that make sense? So I want everybody to watch out. I'm not going to call out, pastors' names that I've seen. But some of them YouTube. And I remember watching this one guy. He used to start off cool. But I looked at that man's face yesterday, watching him on YouTube. And I said, wow. They got him. That got that spirit, and he's a goner. What's the man just said the other day? I feel like I snorted a line of coke. I'm really talking about him. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you. He one of them I'm talking about. I feel like I snorted a line of coke. I can't stop. For the record. For the record. He changed. And if you can't see his soul, and it's a lot of sheep out there, when people you spill out your subconscious, or you say something like that at church, it shows your character. It shows your character. Okay, so I was born in 91. 90 babies, probably even before. This probably quote was around forever. But I remember, when school was school, you go to like athletics and you see on the sign, on the wall or in the hallway, whatever. Character is what you do when no one is watching. I remember seeing that, and I used to read it like every time and just try to see, what does that mean? What does that mean? When no one's around, who are you? When no one is around, who are you? And a lot of that filters to your subconscious, and your subconscious is where you probably push back everything, or whatever you would think about the most, or you don't really talk about, you just push it back. That's why it's not the head conscious, it's the subconscious. It's the other thoughts that you have that sit. And let me tell you what you have to do as a human. You got to clean that out. You have to clean your subconscious. You can't hold in anything. Any negativity, because it's going to spill out. I feel like I snorted a line of coke. For the record. That spilled out. And if you think he not doing that, you're crazy. And another thing, politicians, everybody's on drugs. Everybody's on drugs. Free us from the matrix. Everybody's on drugs. I've seen that too with my own eyes. And I mean rich lawyers headed to the bathroom to go do a bump real quick. Who was that? Your orange president, and was that Aiden? If y'all think Aiden, y'all better look at Aiden Ross. Yeah. Y'all need to look at him. His soul is gone. He's a goner. But there was a small snippet outside. I don't watch it. I don't support him. I don't watch him. I don't play with the devil like that for sure. But Aiden Ross and your orange president just casually talking about cocaine. And he's like, yeah, so, yeah. But poo-poo them locked up for 2 grams of weed for slanging something. Free us from the matrix. Like, this is part of it. Like, if you're not rich, free you from the matrix. But remember your matrix starts in your mind, your subconscious, your conscious. What are you spending your time thinking about? And a lot of people might say, I'm thinking about money. And I understand that. But as far as morals, what are we thinking? And ethics. I just want y'all to think about that. That is crazy. I've been having this message on my mind for a minute, and I have to go out and let y'all know. That's what's up. So, who are you? Who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when no one is watching? Who are you let influence you? And also, one last thing on that, who are you talking to about your problems? Watch out who you're talking to about your problems. I'm so aware, it's crazy. Like, it's just, it's not even, sometimes it's hard. Being too aware is not just awesome and cupcakes, and it's like, it's heavy. You got to carry it, but you got to navigate it. I see you, but I know that who you gonna be. So I just want everybody to start to connect the dots for yourself. Don't listen, watch. Big Scorpio here, we like to watch. You can say, I love you so much, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Well, if you don't treat me like that, them words never penetrated my mind. Them words never penetrated my soul. And based off life experiences, I could care less. So a lot of people say they're there for you. I ain't seen it. Have you? I always help you. I ain't seen it. So just start looking at patterns in people. Patterns in people. And patterns in yourself too. Patterns within yourself. Like, why you keep doing that? You keep getting the same result. Insanity. That's the definition of insanity. You keep doing that, you getting that result. What's going on? What's going on? Question everything. Quit accepting everything. Some of y'all, and raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. Raise that up. Now, when I say that, it's all about what you're doing all day. And I've tried to talk about celebrities. I really, truly have. I just don't care that deeply. Like, it's people that will argue down a celebrity situation. Young Thug ain't a rat. Young Thug a rat. Young Thug is a rat. And that it affects their aura. They're actually mad. No, I don't care. But I do see Young Thug. I can see his soul too. And there is absolutely narcissistic energy there. Anybody that always talk about what they do for somebody, they started this first, they did this first, they did that for him, you brought him up, I did that. I hate it. I've heard him in more than one interview. This is before he went to jail. He always talk about what he does for people. I'm like, bruh, don't do nothing for me. And watch out. Because when people do stuff for you, man, it's for something to, and not all people, but for some people with a hidden agenda, it's to keep you. It's to keep you what? Because when they show that real self to you, you're already too far in. And guess what? If you betray them, that's when the words come out. I did this for him. I'm the reason he making this. I paid for Gunna album to go #1. Get out of here, Caparoni. So that's just something I also wanted to bring up. It's just like, watch out who you surround yourself with. And honestly, throughout my life, I feel like the easiest person to love because I'm so unproblematic. I try to be, for the most part. Now, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I am a 100% sinner. I am a sinner, a walking sinner. Every day I sin, somehow, some way. But what lives in my heart and my mind and my subconscious, I pray that gets me through. Because I'm not thinking about nobody else. I'm not thinking about harming nobody. I'm not thinking about killing nobody. I'm not thinking about nothing negative. I'm not thinking about getting over. But think about the country we in. The organizations that we work for. They want to get over on you. Dangling stuff in your face. Hey, do this and nigga do this. When you do it, boom, here you go. That pull the rug from under you. So I just want you to think about that. That's important. And I've been putting out some podcast episodes just to find out what makes me go, what makes me happy, what is this? And helping everybody wake up is my thing. I gotta help us wake up. And I'm going to get more into that in other episodes, but it's going down. I'm ready. Let's get it. Are you ready to elevate? Are you ready to ascend? Are you ready to leave the 3D? Are you ready to get your feet off the ground? Are you ready? America's in such a terrible state that people can't see past the ground. They found comfortability on 3D, on the ground. And some of y'all like, what is 3D? All of that negativity, the drama, people, locked into work as a robot. Family drama, people holding themselves back. I know people who can't even make themselves be positive if they try to. They can say a situation and you can give them some feedback like, oh, it's okay. Oh. They choose to, no, it's not, and this and that, and I want this, and you're on 3D, and I'm not interacting with 3D. I can't spend too much time with people on 3D. Like, I just can't. What's happening? How you getting better? How you going up in the world? What are your dreams? What do you want to do? Like, I'm interested in that. I am interested in a person who's trying to reach their potential. And believe it or not, that's why I don't have many friends, because you can get lost in some friends and they could try to control you with their 3D, and then they'll get mad and have outbursts. And I just protect myself by keeping that distance and operating from there. And that's just friends, whatever. If anybody's being negative over and over and over, that's just this past week, I had I stood up to a big corporate giant, educational giant, and it just wasn't for Houston ISD. It was for every school district that allows monsters to run rampant in any environment, in any system. And if you go on my TikTok and you look, I had so much support from people I've never met, never heard of. Don't have a clue. But for some people, absolutely, I got some support from people I knew, barely knew, just met. A couple friends from college that know me rock out. And I'm the support is unbelievable. But people who've known me most ask me if I had like support, or like, no. No. And I don't know what happened when I was like 31 or 32. I just switched my brain. I feel like I would look back on my life and seeing who was there for me, and it was mostly grandmas. Shout out to all my grandmas, Sugar Mama, Granny, Bobby Loud, my step grandma. Always been there for me, man. Always. And I'm looking back at pictures of my success or thing like graduation and stuff, and I'm looking at who was there. Who was there for me? And I took a step back, like, I ain't never been on nobody's radar, and I'm just being so vulnerable right now. And another thing, I don't really care, because me doing my best was always for me. It wasn't for nobody else, so that's fine. But you got people who, like, you know, if you don't come to my birthday party, I'm gonna be mad. If you don't come to my graduation, I'm gonna be mad, and I'm gonna go talk to you. We. Not me. I was used to it. Nobody really coming. Nobody really. And guess what? I don't care. But you can't have my energy for free. That's just what it is. That's what. Hey, that's where I'm at mentally for everybody that want to be. You know, you can't have my energy for free, because I come around. I offer good vibes, and I know that. Big vibes, great vibes, fun vibes. I turn up the environment with love energy. There we at. We at the love energy. And let's have a good time. And my mama. Shout out to my mama. She always there. Every part of my life. Lord Jesus. She be there. But it's just like, I know I don't owe anybody anything. So watch out who your circle is. You don't owe nobody nothing. It don't matter. Friends, family, if they haven't been there for you, you are not obligated to come around for anything. We grown now. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like a black sheep. And I feel like if when life takes off on a whole different, I'm going to look back and remember who was there. And you bet me and Taylor got this thing. When that success drop, we're going to be on the yacht. We already got everybody who we're going to put on that yacht with us due to their loyalty throughout our lifetimes. And we so grateful and appreciative of it. But I went off on that tangent because, you know, it's important for everybody to just realize, like, if somebody really there for you, you gotta really analyze that. Like, really pay attention. Are they using you? Are they abusing you? Are they raising you up? Are they lifting you up? But you also can't abuse that love that they're giving to you, because hey, they got every right to dial it back. And I'm gonna leave us with this message. This is gonna be like my last little message for every human that's watching this. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted from yourself. It's so much out there to get distracted from. And I find myself too getting distracted sometimes. Like, and distracted on a 3D level. You know, don't let this penetrate your soul. Even though it's easier said than done, it's a fight. And that's why you got to have prayer. You need to meditate. You can read the Bible. I read the Bible or read my verses every day. Honestly, again, when I started reading that Bible, it just started going crazy. Life just started opening doors. God just boop, 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 and just started kind of talking to me. It was kind of but this is my experience. I'm just telling you. So don't get distracted too much from the 3D, from the drama, from yourself, because you can get so lost in Young Thug, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Illuminati, all that. Yeah, now it's fun to look into, but don't forget you. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to put you first. It's important because you can lose yourself. I've been there. I've been there. Breakdown. What's going on? What is my life? So don't get too distracted and don't lose sight of you. All right. So this is going to conclude our episode for today, y'all. This went a little longer than I even thought or expected, but this was something that was coming from the heart, something I've been thinking about for a couple of days. So tap into it, get into it. Again, if you like what you hear and you're like, subscribe, subscribe, hit your friends up, share this, like this, comment, and since I'm just now starting, y'all, if you're watching this, put some in the comments of what you would like for me to talk about, because I'm all about the theory. I've been a conspiracy child since I was born. I mean, I'll never forget. I was like literally like in first grade. I don't know what first grader y'all know watching paranormal. I'm watching paranormal. I'm watching alien invasions and documentaries. I'm watching real stuff. I'm also having real having real experiences with that, but I'll get that another day. But this is real. So tell me our next episode. We locking in, we locking out. Remember, it's all love always. All love always. We're gonna see y'all next time on our next podcast. Peace.